Welcome all, this is lecture 3 of module 2 Traffic Studies in Traffic Engineering, and today's session we'll be discussing about moving vehicle method, popular method for speed and delay studies in traffic engineering. In the last lecture we discussed about performance assessment of traffic facilities and described speed, travel time, delay as major qualitative indicators of travel. We looked into various types of speeds and delays. Then we discussed about the second traffic study, which is speed and delay studies, and had a understanding about the objectives or the applications of such speed and delay studies. The data collection methods, the methods which uses the test vehicles, the method which does not use the application of test vehicle was also discussed. And towards the end, we discussed about the recent advancement in data collection using ITS technologies. Now, today's session we'll be discussing more about data analysis, especially by moving vehicle method. Before we introduce data analysis, let us understand the importance of moving car method. For a traffic engineer, it is important to define or to describe the nature of traffic stream. When we say traffic stream, it's a group of vehicles interacts with each other. We know that driver behavior is not the same. It's going to be different, and they may interact when such a group of vehicles are coming in a traffic stream. They interact in a very different manner, in a unique way. So we need to define what are our stream characteristics. How does the traffic stream behaves? That's very important for a traffic engineer. Now, generally, this is done by either studying the stream as a whole and define the stream characteristics through macroscopic parameters like speed, flow, density. Or you can look into instead of considering the traffic stream as a whole, you can look into the individual vehicle as your observations and describe the stream characteristics based on parameters, microscopic parameters like headway, spacing. So if we talk about macroscopic parameters, the fundamental flow equation can be written in this manner. That is, flow is equal to space mean speed multiplied by density. This is the fundamental flow equation. Now, why we are introducing this here? So the question is that how do we obtain these parameters simultaneously? So here comes the application of this moving car method. So when we use moving car, moving observer method, it has been developed to provide simultaneous measurement of traffic stream variables. That means two parameters of the stream, flow and space mean speed, can be obtained through moving car method. So once we get two parameters, when we get flow and space mean speed, density of the stream can be calculated. So that is why this method is very popular. Let us now look into the details of moving car method. I am going to provide a quick summary here. For more details, please refer lecture 2, wherein you can see a detailed description about moving car method. Alright, so moving car method, it typically uses a test vehicle for data collection, and the test vehicles will have driver and observers for additional data collection. Now this test vehicle makes a round trip. So consider a road section XY, and the direction of flow, consider it is eastwards. Alright, so when we say round trip, that means it travels from X to Y. This is along the direction of flow, and it travels back opposite to the direction of flow from Y to X. And in each of this direction, it makes a number of observations. So that is the data collection. Now let's look into the data which are collected. One is the average journey time it takes to travel from each section. So section X to Y, section Y to X. So we use this TA, TW. So you can see that we use the suffix W and A to indicate which is the direction of flow. If the test vehicle travels along with the flow, in this case towards eastward is the direction of flow, and when the test vehicle is traveling from X to Y, that means W would be the suffix with. And if it is against the flow, even you can, or opposite to the flow, if the test vehicle travels from Y to X, you can use the suffix as A. Alright, so here one is the journey time, which is TW, which is the time taken to travel from X to Y, and Y to X is TA. It is the average journey time. Now why average? Because we are now talking about only one run. There will be several runs will be made, and we need to take the average of it. Now each of this direction, there will be number of vehicles will be counted. Now we will be talking about that. So when the test vehicle is traveling with the direction of, along the direction of the flow, then the two counts will be taken, which is the average the number of vehicles that overtakes the test vehicle and the number of vehicles that overtaken by the test vehicle. Alright, that is NO and NP. Now, when the test vehicle is traveling against the flow direction, that is from Y to X, how many vehicles traveling from X to Y? That is also counted. That is NA. So these are the 5 measurements, 5 data that will be collected through this moving car method. And using this, one can calculate the average travel time as well as flow. So the flow equation is given as NW plus NA divided by TW summation TA. So this NW will be the NO minus NP. You need to subtract the number of vehicles that have been overtaken by the test vehicle, because that would have counted in NA. So we may have to subtract it. Alright. So that is, I'm just using these two together as NW and NA, that's a numerator. TA plus TW would be your denominator. From this, if you get to the flow, and you can actually calculate T average is equal to TW minus NY by Q. So let's consider this as NW by Q. Alright, so we will now, don't worry about these equations. Now we will see how are we deriving this equation. I'm sure by this time all of you will have the question like, how are we getting this equation? So moving observer method, as the name indicates, the observer is moving within the traffic stream. So we need to derive into that condition. To get into that, let us consider two scenarios. The scenario 1, consider a traffic stream is moving and the observer is stationary. So here we are talking about there is a stationary observer and the traffic stream is moving. So in this case, the number of vehicles are overtaking the observer, right? And we have noticed that there are N0 vehicles are overtaking the observer in a time period of T. So that means we can write the equation for flow. What is the macroscopic parameter flow, which is N number of vehicles per T time period. So N0 divided by T. So from which one can write it as what is the number of vehicles overtaking the observer during the time period T, which is equal to Q into T. Alright, the flow into the time period. Alright, now consider the second case in which the stream is stationary. So here the stream is not moving, it is stationary, and the observer is moving. So here this observer is moving at a speed of V0 and the stream is stationary. So let us consider a stretch L. This is the distance. So what is happening? The observer is overtaking, right? So the number of vehicles overtaken by the observer over this length L, let that be NP. So this length, we can get it as, we are traveling at a speed of V0 at T distance. So T time period, sorry. So V0 into T would be the L distance. Now how do we get NP? So NP vehicles are there at L stretch. That talks about the other macroscopic parameters, which is density. So density is defined as number of vehicles occupying the unit distance of the road. So here NP vehicles are there over L distance. Alright. So you can write the equation in terms of NP, that is number of vehicles overtaken by observer. Okay. So which is equal to K into L. L can be rewritten in terms of V0 into T. Now we are going to combine both this, right? That is what exactly happening into the moving observer method. That means the observer is moving within this traffic stream. Now in this case, assume that when the observer is moving in the traffic stream, so both are moving here. So there will be N0 vehicles will overtake the observer, alright, but we know the case, and NP vehicles will be overtaken by the observer in the test vehicles. Now the difference in these two, N0 minus NP, let that difference be N. So let's write an equation for N here. N is given by N0 minus NP, which is equal to QT minus KV0T. And this equation N is equal to QT minus KV0T, which represents the basic equation of moving observer method. So if you connect it with our discussion which had on importance of this moving observer method, so you can make out that we are able to get simultaneously the traffic stream variance. That means Q and K can be calculated if we get number of vehicles N and time taken for travel T and the moving observer speed, test vehicle speed V0. That these data can be taken from the test, and if we have two, Q and K can be calculated. Now yes, you might be thinking about how can we calculate two unknowns by using an equation. Yes, so we need one more equation to solve this. To do that, or to generate the other equation, second equation, the test vehicle actually makes the run trip. That means it is making a round trip two directions along with the stream and against the stream. This is considered to generate two equations to solve this. Alright, so this is the basic equation, and to solve this we are now going to write this equation in terms of the test direction. So if it is moving from x to y, which is let's consider this as along with the flow, and y to x, which is against the flow. Alright, so along with the flow, when we are rewriting is NW is equal to Q TW minus K VW TW. So Q and V is for the stream. So never think that you can write with respect to the direction. No. Whereas the travel time, yes, the time taken for the covering x to y and y to x will vary because it depends on the speed of the test vehicle. So that's why VW again. Or you can, if you are not interested in writing in this manner, you can reduce the equation in terms of its stretch length L. So VW into TW represents the L of it. Okay. So NW is equal to KTW minus KL also can be written. We can rearrange it. Similarly, if you are arranging the equation for the opposite direction, that means NA is equal to QTA plus KVATA. So I will get back to this plus, but before that, this is the number of vehicles in the opposing direction. QKTA, which is the time taken to cover from y to x, and K is the density. Yes, VA will be the speed at which the vehicle is moving, test vehicle. And this is the TA, which is the time again, or you can rewrite this equation KL. So it's the same equation we are considering. So for with the along the flow, we are considering moving test vehicle moving in the stream here, and when it comes to this equation, we are just considering it as plus sign. Why? Because yes, it is opposing. That means it is moving with, it is also can be considered as stream vehicle moving in the stream with negative velocity. So that means this would be minus minus, plus sign would be coming. Alright. Now further, in this case, all vehicles will be overtaking, because as it is moving with a negative speed, all the vehicles will be overtaking. So in other words, when test vehicle moves in the opposing direction, we will be simply counting about the number of vehicles in this direction. That is why NA is coming. But whereas if you remember, like when we were talking about moving with the traffic, we said like number of vehicles overtaken, number of vehicles overtaking test vehicle, overtaken by the test vehicle, both counts will be taken. But when the test vehicles moves in the opposing direction, we are considering it as a moving with a negative speed. So in that case, it cannot overtake any vehicle. So all the vehicles will be overtaking. So we'll be simply counting the number of vehicles in the opposing direction. Alright. Now, if you have two equations, you can solve these two equations and you can write either the equation for Q or K. So here K is being written as NW. Please solve this. So minus KL and plus KL will cancel. So it is like NW plus NA divided by TA plus TW. Alright. Now let us see how do we get the equation for average travel time. So we are considering the same base equation when the test vehicle is traveling along with the stream, that is NW is equal to Q TW minus K VW TW. So the common term TW, which is there, which has been taken to the denominator. So this is what is the first equation, and W by TW is equal to Q minus K into VW. Now there are a couple of substitutions. So one is for the substitution of density. So when we say density, we are going to write in terms of volume, that is Q flow, which is Q divided by space mean speed from the fundamental flow equation. Now the second term is, so this is the substitution for density here, alright. Now that is VW, the second term, that is the speed with which the test vehicle is moving when it is moving in the along with the stream, that is from X to, let's consider X to Y as the stretch. Now this is of L length, and what we are measuring is that how much time it takes when the test vehicles moves along with the stream, all right, in the direction of the stream. Now here we are now wants to rewrite for VW, which can be written as L divided by TW. All right, now this second equation and third equation would be like NW by TW is equal to Q minus Q by V L divided by TW. Now L by V, that's something we know it. So let's think about the concept of space mean speed. So when we introduce space mean speed, we said it averages the speed of the vehicle over a space. So consider there are vehicles and we are counting the time taken for the vehicles to travel this L stretch, and there from there we are calculating the speed of individual vehicles and then average speed of vehicles. So here T average we have got it, and we have written this as L divided by space mean speed. So this L by V represents to the average travel time. So that is what Q into 1 minus T average by TW. So if we rewrite this, we may be in a position to get it as T average is equal to TW minus NW by Q. So if we get flow, you are in a position to calculate T average. Alright, now coming back to that, how do we get all the fundamental parameters from this moving observer method? So now we got Q, and we know the equation. If we know Q, we can calculate T average. So Q is known to us. Now T average is known, then one can use the equation and calculate the space mean speed. So speed and travel time are associated. So if we know Q and space mean speed, then using the fundamental flow equation, one can calculate density also. Alright, so that's how, knowing the two parameters, the third parameter of traffic flow density can be calculated. Alright, so this is how the equations have been derived. And this is what is the importance of this test method, how it is helpful to collect data to get the simultaneous traffic flow parameters, speed, density, and traffic volume. All right, so I hope this session was meaningful, and you are in a position to understand the applications of speed and delay studies and various methods of doing the data collection, and how do we do the data analysis and calculate the traffic flow parameters. All right, so there are a couple of numericals associated with this particular topic, that is speed and delay study, especially using this moving observer method, which will be discussed in the next lecture. Thank you.